Pietas, what did we say that was?
We didn't.
So David suggested pie, which is, no, we can't make that work. Okay, pietas, so it sounds like piety, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is piety?
No, I don't know.
It sounds like piety, but I don't know if that means, okay. So pietas is devotion to the gods. So devotion to the gods and to the family. Okay, so tell me, why did I say gods for the Romans?
Because they were like Apollo.
No, that's
no, that's Greek.
It is Greek, but yes.
Because their culture was very focused on, like, they thought they had a god for, like, everything.
Yes,
And
so
their culture was very focused on
what's the term for that? Polytheistic. Awesome. Okay, so pietas is devotion to the gods and devotion to the family. So again, I'm going to go back to my reference of the Aeneid, which you guys should all check out. So in the Aeneid, there's a scene of Aeneas running out of Troy, is on fire. He's got his dad on his back, and he's got his son in his hand, and they're carrying the statues of the old gods. They're carrying their gods from the old city to the new city. So it's devotion to the gods, and he's literally got his dad on his back. So it's devotion to the gods and devotion to family values, devotion to the family. Gravitas, what does that sound like?
Gravity.
Gravity? In what sense?
Holding down.
being grounded.
So being grounded. I would go with that term. So being grounded, it's seriousness. It's a sense of seriousness in appropriate tones, embarking on things with an appropriate tone. Wait for that. So, awkward example, you go to a funeral for your grandma and you're laughing. That's not gravitas, right? Not an appropriate tone. Okay, so what I want you to do, we're going to practice these by looking first at some videos, and then we're going to have you look at this article. So what I want you guys to do is, while you're watching this, think about how they use Roman values, or Roman virtues, okay?
We here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom. That government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish on the earth.
We can't tell our people they can vote yes on abolishing slavery unless at the same time we can tell them that you're seeking a negotiated peace.
It's either the amendment or this Confederate peace. You cannot have both.
How many hundreds of thousands have died during your administration?
Congress must never declare equal those whom God created unequal.
The Constitution alone.
We are stepped out upon the world stage now. The fate of human dignity in our hands. Blood's been spilled to afford us this moment now.
Abraham Lincoln has asked us to work with him to accomplish the death of slavery.
No one's ever been loved so much by the people. Don't waste that power.
This fight is for the United States of America.
Can we choose to be born, or be fitted to the times we're born into?
I don't know about myself. You may be.
This settles the fate for all coming time. Not only of the millions now in bondage, but of unborn millions to come. Shall we stop this bleeding?
Okay, so tell me where you saw those examples of the Roman virtues. David.
In the beginning, they talk about how it's a government for the people, by the people, and it goes with civitas, which is a sense of duty and community.
Awesome,
So.
yeah. Anyone else? What's that?
The devotion to the family, how he was holding a picture of, I guess, his family members, and
right.
yeah.
Okay. Which are you talking about?
Pietas.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Pietas.
Pietas. Okay. So devotion to the family. Okay. Or what picture are you talking about?
The one when he was holding up the two little kids.
Were those of his kids?
No, those were slave children.
Yeah, I think, okay, so I think we can still work that. So what devotion is he showing there? To who might he be showing? Civitas, I think, yeah. Good example. Right track, but it is difficult to see the photo, but I think it's a good example of civitas. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like gravitas, because the whole thing is kind of this tone of, this somber tone of getting rid of slavery.
Okay. Hello?
Hey, can you send Abigail Clayton to sign out?
Abby.
It's this somber tone of getting rid of slavery, and how he's going to go forward, and he's kind of this turning point where he could go either way.
So, can you give me a specific reference to the text?
When the point where he says that we're at a place of time that now we can change it. I don't know the exact words, but
he's like now. Yeah, so it's an appropriate tone. I think there's also, anyone else think of a nice gravitas moment?
When they were in Congress.
Explain.
Like, they were getting mad at each other because it was like a very serious topic, and how like
I can see why you're saying that, but has anyone seen the movie? Okay, so does the gravitas stay there?
Yeah.
Michaela, you kind of disagree, right? You don't disagree?
No, I disagree.
You disagree? Okay, well, so yeah, I think the gravitas, I see why you're saying Congress is supposed to be, like, that's the ideal, right? But in the movie, they freak out and it becomes a heated issue where their decorum is lost, right? Jose, I want to go back to your example of pietas. I think we could also extend that to, so you were saying family, right? Which family? I think we see it as a world family. And I think there is that sense of pietas and civitas kind of intertwined. Michaela?
Well, in the actual movie, there's like the opposite of pietas, really, because he, like, he doesn't, like, he shows more devotion to the community than he does to his family, and he, like, I don't know, like, not like abuse, but like, what's the word, like, yeah, he neglects his family, and he neglects his family and, like, their needs, and especially, like, his wife's needs, to make sure that he can get what he gets to the duty of their community.
What was that?
His wife, like, she, like, neglected the kids a lot.
The wife? Well, she, historically, they think had some issues.
She, like, stayed upstairs for, like, months straight.
Psychologically. They had a depression because of the kid. They had a child who died.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sadie.
I think that there was sort of a combination of civitas and pietas, because I feel like he was acting as the United States was his family, and despite he makes like there being some disconnect between him and his blood family, I feel like he was looking out for like the members of his country that he saw as his family, and he saw that as like his job.
Nice. Yeah. So I think that goes back to was it Michaela that said that you feel like he ignored his literal family at the expense of the national family. Sydney, what do you think? What did you notice anything? Like, was there anything that stood out to you?
Well, basically what he said that I noticed.
Which was?
Gravitas, the seriousness when she held the problem, and when she viewed the problem, he always took it seriously.
Okay, so yeah, good. So, you get
some points in the movie, it isn't like there's gravitas in it, but some points it kind of like doesn't have it because when they're like fighting in the room or like a council is supposed to be all like serious and stuff and it's supposed to get stuff done, but Tommy Lee Jones sometimes cracks jokes and I guess that goes against gravitas.
Okay, yeah, and he gets called out for it, right?
Yeah.
So other people, they have to know the discourse and know that this is inappropriate behavior for the Congress. And so it's interesting though that you say that. So he's the one who's anti-slavery, and when he goes out of order, out of decorum, they jump on him. But when they go out of order, it's somewhat slightly accepted. I would have. What's the example when they said you cannot treat as equal those whom God has made unequal? Is that what the quote was? Okay, so what would that be? For the person speaking, what do they think they're achieving? Which virtue? Pietas. Yeah. So we have
And like another example.
Sure. You raised your hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when his wife was saying, like there's never been someone loved as much as you. Like I guess that could kind of be like pietas with like the people because they love him so much
As
like